prioritize or order these things because they're like 20-30% of them are weak, have weak narrations, but we explain to you why the weak narrations are there. Not because they didn't know what they were doing. They were doing that because they were showing what evidence do they have for the what they see people do. For example, a lot of our like how do we learn how to pray, the details of the prayer? You think everything is detailed in the hadith? No, absolutely not. It is what people are seeing other people do, and they're saying, yes, I know why they're doing that is because there's this hadith that I know that backs that up, and that's why I'm going to put it here. Does that make sense? Clear? It's the other way around. It's not that people learn how to pray from the hadith. That's not how it works. People learn to pray seeing other people pray. You understand? Okay. And then they're just documenting the evidence, and then there's commentaries on that. So people think it's the other way around. Now in our world, obviously all of that is lost, right? So how do we learn how to pray, and what do we debate and bicker over? The hadith, right? Which doesn't have a lot of detail. And hence the confusion. Then we have Nasā'i. Anyway, then Abu Dawud, we talked about it. These are all the Sunan. Jāmiʿ al-Tirmidhī, it's also, again, a Jāmiʿ, but it's bucketed in the Sunan. Typically, all of these bring extra hadith over some of the other books. And they all share a lot. Sunan Ibn Mājah, the Muwaṭṭa Imam Malik, I talked about that already. I'm not going to repeat myself. Musnad Ahmad, 27,000 chains organized by the narrator. We talked about that. A lot of the Musnad Ahmad is probably, I'll show you a chart in a second. Actually, I just did this just this evening for you guys. You will not see this anywhere else, I promise you. I promise you. I did this out of my database. If you want to know which book has the most authentic hadith versus how many weak hadith they have, are you able to see?
Yeah.
Okay. So, obviously, Bukhari Muslim 100% authentic, right? You see Nasā'i 89% authentic. When I say authentic, it includes Hasan and Sahih. Okay. Ahmad 83%. Ibn Hibban 84%. By the way, Ahmad 83% out of 27,000 hadith. Okay. So Musnad Imam Ahmad, which is by Ibn Hanbal, Ahmad ibn Hanbal, right? The one who's the Hanbali fiqh is based off of. This book is not given enough credit. It is a wonderful book. It's the Musnad though, because it's not organized topically. I think some later on scholars have tried to take his hadith and organize it topically. I'm not sure if there's one book. I'm definitely interested in doing that. That's one of the main purposes of what I'm doing in my hadith website is I'm going to do that one way or another. I'll figure it out, inshallah. Okay, so then you can see the rest are about 20 to 30% authentic / weak, right? 20 to 30% missing authenticity. Again, I explained to you the reason why. It's not because they didn't know what they were doing. They were just capturing what was there. Very, very few, as you can see, some have just questionable hadith, about 1%. Some have 1% fabricated hadith. Just 1% or so. Okay? Clear? But do you see how little that is? Okay? And I told you weak, it's okay to do amal on. Actually, there is a lot of fiqh that came from weak hadith. We don't even know it. So when we'll do the fiqh stuff, we will talk about that. I just don't have the capacity right now in my brain right now to give you that information, nor am I prepared, but that's okay. I talked about Sunan al-Dārimī. Now, Ibn Khuzaymah, very interesting story here. Ibn Khuzaymah died 311 Hijrah. He called his book a Ṣaḥīḥ. And scholars today, so unfortunately, 3/4 of his book is lost. The manuscript has been lost. So we only have a partial Ibn Khuzaymah, Ṣaḥīḥ Ibn Khuzaymah available, 1/4 of it. Okay, and it is a Sunan. And scholars say that after Bukhari Muslim, the most authentic book is Ibn Khuzaymah. But unfortunately, it's only partially available. It is a wonderful book. It is called Sahih. So Bukhari and Muslim are not the only Sahih. Okay, Sahih Ibn Khuzaymah is another one. There's another one. Sahih Ibn Jārūd is another one. Normal people don't know these names of these books. There's a Ṣaḥīḥ Ibn Ḥibbān. He called it a Sahih, but he called it a Sahih. What he did is he called his book Mustadrak ala al-Sahihain. Okay, what does that mean? He said, I am going to use the condition of Bukhari Muslim to bring hadith. Because there's a lot of hadith that Bukhari Muslim didn't bring, but they are here that meet their criteria, according to the criteria that he came up with, that meet his criteria. So that's why he called the addendum to he called his book, what? The addendum to the Bukhari and Muslim. Mustadrak ala Sahihain. This is Sahih Ibn Hibban. For example, the famous hadith about Nisf Sha'ban, Ibn Hibban. The famous hadith about some of the other things, you'll find it in Sahih. But anyway, scholars don't consider this Sahih, but he considered Sahih. Longer story. But anyway, just to give you an idea. So it's not just the 6 books. There's a lot more books. This is just the top few, but there's more. Okay, much more. These are called source books. Why are they called source books? Because they didn't copy from others. They have their own chains going through to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam or otherwise. So they're called the source books. So when you quote, takeaway, I'll just end after this inshallah. The takeaway is, when you quote a hadith, make sure you source it from these books. Say, narrated by or collected in one of these books, right? It's Musnad Imam Ahmad 1, 2, 3. It's Bukhari 1, 2, 3. It's Tirmidhī 1, 2, 3. Ibn Mājah, whatever. Don't say some other tertiary book. Oh, this is a hadith in the 40 hadith of Nawawi. No, that's a secondary book. So all of the other books, they're sourced from these books. Okay. Remember, roots and fruits, right? What are our roots? So roots are Quran. Quran is Quran. Okay? The Uthmanic Codex is the Quran. That's our Quran. Then the second is what? The Sunnah. What is the Sunnah? Where is the Sunnah documented in these source books? Clear? Not some guy's opinion. Where is the Sunnah documented? In the source books. Right here. So if you want to get to the truth of the matter, where do you go? Source books. Not some guy's opinion, right? I'm not saying the guy's opinion is not valid, but I'm saying for you to know what the truth is, that's where you go for the evidence, and that's where the opinion is coming from. Okay? This was our last hadith class, even though there was a lot of